How often do you take the time to really think about your own wardrobe? Do you ever analyze what's in there, if you have the right pieces, if it feels like it aligns with your style or your personality? Well, in today's video, I want to talk about doing a bit of a wardrobe audit and a style audit. And I have a template to share with you in the description box that you can get for free if you want to do this style audit yourself. I don't know if any of you have ever done life coaching, but I have. And as one of my first sessions, I sat down and I did a wheel of life. And since then, I've used this as a tool to reflect on my current life situation, how well I'm doing in certain areas. For example, I'll show you a wheel of life here. So I wanted to use this and to kind of create a wheel of style and use this as a way to reflect on my wardrobe, if it's going well, what else is kind of going on with my shopping habits, and everything that just kind of combined together makes up my wardrobe and my style. In order for you to be able to use this wheel of style, I thought I would talk through each of the points. There are 9 different areas that you can rate from 1 to 10. You can do them all. You can do the ones that work for you. You can also change these up if you feel like some don't apply to you, and maybe you'd like to slot something else in there, for example. And also, if you have any other ideas of what categories I should put in here, let me know in the comments, because this is something I kind of just found in my notebook this morning. I had thought about it ages ago and I'd never actually done anything with it, so I've put it into the wheel today and I've added the 9th point in as well today, but it's still quite new to me, so I just kind of wanted to share it and then I want to test it out as well and see how it applies. So area number 1 is style uniform. This would be like my starting point for anyone who is unsure about their style, unsure what they should have in their wardrobes, and unsure what to wear. Do you have an outfit or a few outfits that are like your go-to style? So, for example, t-shirt and jeans with a pair of trainers and a blazer. Like, you could mix and match that many different ways, different jeans, different blazers, different shoes. That could be your style uniform. Maybe it's a midi dress and a pair of boots. Whatever formula it is, that a top, a bottom, a pair of shoes, or maybe a top, a bottom, an outerwear piece. And it's really good to have like one casual one smart casual, and then maybe one more dressy or formal. For example, a little black dress is a style uniform. And if you own a little black dress, chances are you probably wear it when you're really stuck and you just don't know what to wear. Another amazing style uniform, jeans and a nice top. So find what they are for you, and you can either rate this 10 if you've already got like 2 to 3 that are like your go-to outfits. It's a 10 for you. You don't need to worry about it. If you haven't quite figured them out yet, you may be more at like 2, 3, you've kind of got one that you sort of like figure out what it is so you can get yourself to that 10 point. Area number 2 is your basics. So separate from your style uniform, and chances are the pieces in your style uniform are going to be represented in your basics. But what are the other basics in your wardrobe? Some extras like some long sleeve tops, some classic plain black trousers, some jeans, some nice sweaters, a nice coat, trench coat, pair of boots, pair of trainers, some court shoes if you need them, a nice dress if that's what you wear. What are the foundational pieces for your wardrobe that make up the majority of your outfits? Probably in more neutral colors, your kind of like base colors that work for you. Number 3 is personality pieces. These are the things that inject a bit of color, a bit of texture, a bit of life, a bit of personality, basically a bit of you into your wardrobe. These are kind of what transform your base pieces that are similar to a lot of people's base pieces, but they make it your personal style, and how you style them is what makes it you. I can't tell you what these personality pieces are, but for me, sometimes it could be like a leopard print boot or a pair of like chunky lace-up boots, things like that. Area number 4 is accessories. And while I don't think you need to have a lot of accessories, and I have a video all about my top 13 accessories that I would put together if I was starting my wardrobe completely from scratch, so I'll link that video up in the cards if you want to see it. But I think it's important to have some accessories, and some really versatile key accessories that may not fall into your basic pieces category, but they're kind of, you want them to go with everything in your wardrobe. You want them to be super versatile. They can also include personality pieces, but just make sure you've got your bases covered. So we're talking shoes. Do you have comfortable shoes, practical shoes? Do you have a pair of boots that kind of goes with everything, like all different length dresses and skirts and trousers? Do you have a really nice handbag that you can kind of grab with pretty much every outfit you wear and you know it will go? Do you have little pieces of jewellery that you can use to put those finishing touches on things? Do you have jewellery that maybe add a pop of something, a pop of personality. Maybe you really like big vintage jewelry. Maybe you like really tiny, delicate things. Whatever it is for you, it's more about assessing that area of your closet and seeing if you've got what you need. Area number 5 is seasonal swaps. So while some of us will have a preferred season that we love to dress for and that we feel super confident in, we'll have another season, usually the opposing season, that we struggle a bit with. So while I used to prefer autumn and winter, I now actually prefer dressing for summer because I find it so much easier when it's warm to be able to dress myself and when I don't have to worry about being cold. I finally learned how to make my summer wardrobe work for me because I used to have a summer wardrobe of like floral dresses and little skirts and things like that, really girly things. And I thought that's what a summer wardrobe had to be, and a little bit boho as well. Boho doesn't really play a part in my style anymore. I love it, but I don't really wear it. So I've made more classic pieces work for me, more basic colours like black, white, beige, brown, blue. Really stuck with my like core colours, plain pieces for summer, and now I adore my summer wardrobe. I actually struggle more in autumn and winter because it's colder. So I've made my seasonal swap. So while I might wear a knitted midi dress and boots in the winter, I'll wear a linen dress and sandals in the summer. Again, this will go back to point number 1, but I've got my style uniforms for both seasons, or for all seasons. And then I've kind of just making sure that I'm not just like really honing in on one season, but being really unrealistic because there's 3 other seasons of the year to dress for. If you're going to be storing away some of your key pieces that you feel most comfortable in, what are you going to be replacing those with for the new season or the new weather? That's pretty much all the clothing areas, like the physical clothing areas. Area 6, I want to talk about shopping habits. So questions like, are you shopping more than you would like to? Are you spending more money than you'd like to? Are you staying within budget or kind of like within a comfortable range based on your earnings and how much you want to contribute to your wardrobe? Are you shopping more often than you'd like? Or are you sticking with a wish list and you're actually being really good and you're refining your shopping habits and you're not acting on impulse? Really hone in on, is there impulse shopping going on here? Because that in itself is going to leak out into the other areas of your physical wardrobe, and it's going to mess things up. Because if you're throwing in like trending items here and there, pieces that are just bought on sale, not because you truly love them, it's going to mess up the rest of your wardrobe. So our shopping habits contribute hugely to what ends up in our wardrobes and ultimately what ends up on our bodies. That's if we're wearing the pieces in our wardrobe. If you're buying things and you're leaving in your wardrobe because you bought it on impulse but you're never going to wear it, maybe that's time to declutter, but also assess that. Why is that happening? How can you stop in the future? Area number 7 is style confidence. So I know so many of us, so many of my clients have things in their wardrobe that they love, but they don't have the confidence to wear it. So while you might know exactly what your style is and you feel like you can shop really well for yourself, but then you don't have the confidence to actually go out and wear these things. Or on the other hand, you might not even have the confidence to buy the things that you want to wear. So really work on why it is that you feel like you can't wear certain things, because you might see it in somebody else and think it looks great, but you're like, oh, I couldn't wear that. Why? Why not? You know, why couldn't you wear anything you want to wear? I have a style and confidence affirmations audio and like a subliminal audio that I listen to, and I have it on my website. My website's down at the minute, but I'll pop a link down below once it's back up and running. But it's basically just affirmations to myself, kind of like, I feel confident in my clothes every day. I love getting dressed. I love expressing myself through my clothing. You know, using affirmations, I'm sure a lot of you use affirmations for other things in your life, like I'm a money magnet and, you know, this is going to be a great day. Like, this is the best day ever. Using that to kind of manifest in your life. Why not use affirmations about your style and your confidence in the exact same way? And if you're scoring kind of low on the confidence level, maybe you need to introduce a little bit of that. Area number 8 is a sense of self. And this kind of probably summarizes a lot of the other steps, but that's that you feel like you in your wardrobe. The things you wear feel like you don't feel like you're dressing as somebody else or for somebody else. You don't feel like you're living or dressing as a past version of you or anyone too far in the future, like your fantasy self. And when you look in your wardrobe, you're like, yeah, this makes sense to me. This feels like me. It feels like it suits my lifestyle that I have now. It aligns with your self-identity. Our clothes can obviously help us to feel better about ourselves, and we can use our clothes to dress in a way that makes us feel like that best version of ourselves. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because we want to be the best version of ourselves, right? But we don't be dressing or shopping for that fantasy version of ourselves that is probably never going to materialize. For example, I might go out and buy a suit and some court shoes and be like, this is how I'm going to dress. I'm going to dress real chic for the office. Realistically, I'm running around a pair of trainers and jeans because I'm on my feet a lot at work. Fantasy self, never going to happen. And area number 9, and this is your values. So where do your values lie in your wardrobe and your style? Are you shopping locally? Is that one of your values? Do you want to support ethical brands or sustainable brands? Do you only want to wear natural fibers because it's better for the planet, but also better for you than wearing plastic on your body and absorbing that into your skin? Do you want to shop more secondhand? Do you want to stop buying so much new stuff? Do you want to reduce your carbon footprint? Do you want to avoid wool and other like leather, things like that if you're vegan or vegetarian? Like, what are the values within the rest of your life? And are you applying that to your wardrobe? I'm not going to tell you what your values should be. They're just some examples. We all have them. Sometimes we might just forget. Supporting high street brands does actually go against our values because it's easy and it's accessible and it's just kind of what we've always done. But actually buying so much new stuff, or popping into the shops on our lunch breaks and spending money in brands that actually we don't really want to support. We have to stop letting it be such a habit and actually really reflect and be like, is this something I want to do? Is this a brand I want to support? Like I said, the template for this is in the description box in the link below. So click that and that will send it straight to your email. I hope you enjoy it, but please, if you download it and if you use it, I would love to know your feedback. If you would like to see more videos like this about kind of auditing your style and really getting to the nitty-gritty of what is in your wardrobe and what should be in your wardrobe, I can't tell you what should be in there, only you can do that. But if you want to see more content like this, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe as well. That really helps my channel to grow and it helps me make even more videos like this for you as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon in my next one.